Boy, do we have a treat for you. It's a treat for us as well. We have Newman Catholic stand out, UNI stand out, and ready to go into the NFL draft. It's Trevor Penning over there to the right, and his mother, Teresa, over here.
Yeah. Hey, let's
That's
be
kind of weird. Mother Teresa. Yeah.
Yeah. Harry, let's be honest. This is the only time we're ever going to get a chance to talk to him, and once he gets in the draft and drafted, we ain't ever going to be able to talk to him again.
We're going to have to jump through hoops, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. I got to start off, Trevor. I want to take you back to when you were a Newman Knight. Okay. This is a big deal. We don't get this privilege in North Iowa. I know Appleton Parkersburg had a lot of it happening throughout the years down there, but can you tell me what you were thinking when you were a Newman Knight about, did you think that you would become an NFL athlete?
Probably go with no. Probably going in probably my senior year. I was kind of hoping just to hopefully be able to play college football somewhere and try to go to the highest spot possible. And UNI was that kind of fit. So it really wasn't a goal, but it was kind of it was actually kind of a goal. Actually, in the back of my head was kind of that was kind of the ultimate kind of success I wanted to be at. I wanted to get to that kind of that level, and I just kind of worked for it, and here I am.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid growing up, don't you have that dream?
Yeah, I definitely did, but it was kind of like, something that I didn't think was really possible. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, you want to be an NFL player, so does everybody, but kind of over the years, it kind of got more of a possibility every year. So, yeah.
But here's the deal: when you're an athlete, like from high school to college, it's a whole nother step. I mean, the fastest or the hardest hit that you get in high school is every single hit in college, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I know. My first couple snaps at practice in college, I was like, "Oh shoot, you can tell there's a big step up in competition here." So yeah, it was definitely kind of eye opening at first, but you adapt to it, you get over it, and you get better every day with it.
Teresa, what were you thinking as a mom? I mean, watching him grow up, and I mean, you had those dreams too, maybe. I mean, this is a big deal. He's probably going to go first round NFL draft. Here we go in a couple of weeks. Can she hear?
Yeah, it's like really, I could hear it downstairs, but it's it's a little like behind or something.
Okay, Teresa, can you hear us? No, she's not. Okay,
she can't hear us.
Okay, well, that's well. So yeah, how about this? You are picked. I know Bucky Brooks from NFL Network. He's got you in the top 5 for tackles going in the draft. Everything is pointing to the fact that you're probably going to go first round, and you probably should. You nervous about that, or are you anxious about it, or what's the deal?
A little bit of both, I'd probably say. But it's kind of part of it. You're going to be a little nervous, a little anxious about it, but just ready for it to be kind of get here already. These last couple of weeks are definitely the most waiting around time. It's kind of just really working out, just getting ready for the season now, and just kind of waiting. Kind of just waiting to find out where you're going to be at the next couple of years of your life. So.
Trevor, do you kind of, you don't have to answer it if you can't, but do you kind of have an idea of which teams are really looking to put their money forward for you?
I don't know exactly. I mean, I've always kind of thought like it's going to be the team you least expect. So,
like the Vikings?
I really got no idea. I really got no clue. So I'll probably be just as surprised as everyone else watching. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of watching, you can see that I and Jay both are big Viking fans. I have been ever since I was probably 12 years old. I was at the game. My very first Viking game was the Hail Mary that Roger Staubach threw that cause that old whiskey bottle to come down and hit the ref. Back when you'd have to look that up on YouTube, Trevor, because you're not going to remember. It happened in the mid-'70s. But
way too young.
yeah, are you a Viking fan?
I was growing up. Yeah, growing up, I was a Vikings fan. So,
So the talk of I know a team that probably wants to tackle first round for sure. There's been a lot of talk about the LA Chargers, and I'm sure you've heard all of that in the background as well.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I've heard really from a whole lot of teams, but that would definitely be a cool spot to go for sure. Being out in LA, I mean, they're a really, really talented roster, and they're just missing a couple pieces. So that would be a pretty cool place to end up. But so would anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have growing up, Trevor? Did you have like a favorite player that you idolized and go, man, I want to be like that guy, like Brett Favre or somebody?
I don't know about be that guy growing up, but I know I was a big Adrian Peterson fan, big Jared Allen fan actually. So the opposite side of the ball. So those are probably the two guys that they're my kind of go-to guys or my favorite players. So
yeah.
I understand you have kind of a demeanor that's kind of wild and crazy. You love to, I read somewhere or hear somewhere that you like to pump yourself up for a game. You like to watch like horror movies. Is that true? Did I read right?
You read that right. You read it right, but it's not the most true ever. There's a story behind it. It's a long story behind it, but no, I don't actually do that before games, but no, I don't do that.
Are
you a rock and roll kind of guy, or are you more of a country guy?
Yeah, not country. Really rap and some hard rock, metal type stuff before games. That's probably my go-to usually. So
really? A little of everything already. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this whole prep time being like here, just to getting ready for this dream come true, to be drafted early? And I mean, we're just going to plan on that. You're going in the first round, okay? We're just going to say that.
Sounds good.
Well, I mean, Harry just picked the damn team for him.
Oh yeah, well, I said that's what all the expert sports broadcasters are saying. You know that the LA Chargers, but I don't know. I think they're I want to say they're the 17th pick, but I know they need a left tackle. And
right tackle, I think.
Oh, a right tackle that they need? Okay.
Left tackle
all right.
Who's pretty good.
Yeah. Do you and that's what you're going in as a tackle. You talk about some of these athletes some of these linemen that are versatile. They can go from tackle to guard.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever switch it up at all? Or I know your brother was right beside you at UNI.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. You are what you are, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I played tackle the last, I think, 3 years, left tackle. But early on in my career there, I played a lot of guard, and my first start was actually at right guard. So, I mean, I think I have the versatility to really play either tackle or either guard spot. So that's kind of what I'm kind of going with. Whatever spot a team needs me, that's kind of what I'm going to look for. So
if you wanted to, you can ask Teresa to come maybe over and join you, because she's not picking us up here. I don't know. Are you there, Teresa? Can you hear me?
I am, but it keeps cutting out.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Well, then let's ask you a question here about as Trevor's mother. I mean, obviously you're excited too, but what's it been like for you these last few months?
Busy. lots of meeting new people and, basically interviewing people, and it's just an experience. I mean, it's a lot to learn. And
you mean go ahead.
I mean, you want Teresa, you want the best for Trevor, obviously.
Right.
Is it one of those where you go, I don't know if I really like that guy. I like this guy better. He's going to take care of you,
Yeah, it's a lot of that. You want someone that's going to take not take my place, but
Right.
Yeah.
but
Well, none of us out here watching, listening, and neither one of us have no idea what it's like to have an agent. I mean, Jay and I would love to have an agent.
Yeah, they cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Trevor, what's it like having an agent here? And what have you learned, I guess, from that?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it takes
it's
the
just something
workload
that's
off.
going to help you along the way and kind of take care of you, really, put you in the best possible spot in the eyes of different teams. So having him and being able to be your kind of just helps you with pretty much everything. Training, he helped me go down to Frisco to train. He helped me with getting all this info. He does pretty much a lot of stuff. He sets up a bunch of stuff. He gets all my travel. So having him it's definitely helped out a ton. Made this process a lot easier.
Yeah.
Has anything surprised you about learning about this whole thing, becoming an NFL?
A little bit. I'd say. I mean, it's not really surprising. It's just kind of like you learn something new every day. You kind of learn how the business works, how everything goes down, and it's just interesting to me. I always kind of wondered how kind of stuff like this worked, how everything went down, and kind of living in it. It's kind of a cool experience. So
I'm sure you watched Jerry Maguire.
No, I haven't actually. Surprisingly.
Okay.
Teresa, how about you? What surprised you about this whole process of getting an agent, getting ready for the draft? What stood out? Like, wow, I had no idea that was part of the deal. Without revealing too much, I know you can't say a lot of things, but you can definitely talk about what it's like.
Just a lot of things that they, just the training that they have to go through, to get to, the Senior Bowl and then the combine and just there's a lot of work. I mean, it's not like we just wait for the draft. There's a lot of stuff that he had to prove himself and expensive.
all the trips and
Not for me,
being
but
there and all that.
yeah, exactly.
I figured the agent would be taking you out to dinner all the time and all that. So, but
well,
not,
they
not
couldn't do anything until you officially sign with them.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, talk about the combine a little bit, Trevor. How was that whole deal? Was that what you thought it was? I mean, what did you like? What didn't you like about it?
It was pretty much kind of what I thought it was going to be, kind of what I've heard. I mean, they're long days, long, hard days, and a lot of interviews, a lot of medicals, stuff like that. So it's kind of what I expected, but, it was all kind of, a lot of waiting around, a lot of stuff like that. But then when you get to that final day, that's kind of when you get to do all your, running stuff. So all the fun stuff is when, everything you've been working for and what you put the time into the last 12 weeks of just training for it. It was just that last day is what you're waiting for. So you just kind of had to grind through it a little bit. There's a lot of waiting, a lot of interviews and stuff, but it was all for a really good reason. So it was a pretty good experience.
You know what? When I saw the because you weigh what 330? Is that what you weighed in at? 335?
I think I was 325 at the combine, and then I weighed like a little over 330 at my pro day. But I played this whole season probably around 335-ish.
Did you? Yeah, I mean, think of that. I mean, I'm thinking like as a quarterback, having somebody, but you're on the offensive side, so it's good that you're on the same offensive side. But if you were on the defensive side and you're running a 40 at 4.8?
It cut out for me.
Oh, so in the combine, you ran the 40 in a 4.8. Is that right?
You guys hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you. Yep.
Yep.
We're just wondering how
I was
do
cutting
you
out there. I was cutting
you
out
ran
there.
the 40 and 4.8, right?
Yep, it was 4.89.
4.89, yeah.
Yeah.
How about the pro day at UNI? I understand all 32 teams were there to check out
Yep.
quite a bit, actually. Yeah. I know you can't say who came up to you, but I would say like what kind of questions do they ask you when they come up to you? I'm sure you had all close to 32 teams probably coming up to you and asking you questions.
Yeah, a lot of the questions are just they kind of vary. It depends on what the team wants, really. So if it's a team that I met with at the combine, they learned a lot about me there. Maybe they'll ask me more football-based questions. They'll ask maybe some team will ask like background more, learn more about you pretty much. It just really all depends. So a lot of the teams were more football talk. Like I went up to our coach's office and kind of broke down kind of our film. They teach me their playbook and stuff. I'd have to teach it back to them. So just really depends on the team. A lot of different teams have different things, and pretty much everyone's unique, kind of how they do it.
Yeah, it's got to be exciting.
Yeah, I'd like to know who's your dream defensive guy that you'd like to line up against?
I would you're gonna laugh at this. I'd say Aaron Donald. Just
really?
Just because you say you block Aaron Donald, that's a lot of bragging rights. So
yeah,
that's probably what I would go with.
And here he was. He was the hero in the Super Bowl towards the end. So
yeah,
wow, that's something else. That's pretty cool. But
so Trevor, what's the younger brother thinking or talking to you about right now? Is he pretty excited? I'm sure he's pretty excited for you.
He definitely is. I mean, he doesn't say it as much as he doesn't talk about it much, but I know he's pretty excited. But I hopefully me doing this is really gonna help motivate him to get to the spot I am in the next couple of years. Hopefully, it makes him want to work harder at it and get ready for the season and keep going, and hopefully someday get to my spot. That'd be super cool having two Penning brothers in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
imagine if you guys got on different teams. How would that? And it determined who was going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's all pretty cool. Or play each other in Super Bowl.
That's when Trevor would just say, "I want to play defense."
Oh, right. Oh, I would. Oh, I'd have to beg for that. That'd be so fun.
It would be fun. What's going to happen here? What set the stage for us here in a couple of weeks? It's is it 2 weeks from tomorrow? I do believe it's 2 weeks from tomorrow,
so,
right? Yeah. What set the stage for us? What? Obviously, you're going to be with family and friends.
Yep.
And you're going to have a phone handy, I'm sure.
Yep.
And then what is it? You got a virtual invite. So if that means what, a laptop just like this and basically a computer and a camera, and they want to see reaction from the whole family, right?
That's what I got out of it. I think that's what it is. I'm not completely sure, but
right.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, that's what I'm doing, the virtual combine.
Did they give you a window of time, like between, well, you just got to be sitting there and watching everything, and we'll call you when your number comes up?
That's probably what it is. I haven't gotten really much info on it yet. I'll probably still hear about it more the next couple of weeks or something. So
yeah.
Does
Mom,
the agent?
I was going to say, Mom, does she have her list ready? Friends and family?
In my head.
In your head. I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, does the agent kind of give you a little bit of an insight too of hey, this is what we're looking at, and this is maybe the team. This team here is looking at this, and this team is, maybe does he kind of try and influence? Not try, but I mean, just talk to you and give you an idea of this might be a better place for you than another place.
I don't know about that. I don't know about like he influences like to go to a different place. I just try to go as high as possible. Really, is kind of what the goal is. So, I know he's talking to teams constantly every day and just trying to learn more and kind of see what their draft board kind of looks like. So, there's probably a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that I don't know about. And
right.
So, yeah,
do you,
but I know he's working though.
Do you watch a lot of the NFL network, things like that, to kind of see, and do you watch a lot of TV to find out what they're saying maybe about you?
A little bit, not too much. I kind of just, I control kind of what I control. I don't really look into the media stuff too much. I kind of just work on getting better every day and not really letting any of that stuff kind of
That's good.
bother me or affect me anyway.
Keep a good level head. Yeah. Trevor, have you heard from your coaches?
Coaches? Yeah. I was down at I was at their spring practice on Monday I think it was Monday.
Oh,
yeah, I was down there, hung out with them, watched practice with them, talked to my old teammates, and yeah, I've been talking to them constantly. My O-line coach, I talk to him pretty much almost every day, probably not every day, but yeah.
What have they said to you? Yeah, what have they said to you? I mean, they have to be very proud of you and how far you've come.
They definitely are for sure. I don't know. I know one of them was asking O-line coach was like, so you get that invite to Vegas yet? I'm like, no, I'm not getting one. He's like, oh shoot, like, just let me know if you get one or whatever. I'm like, I don't think I'm getting one, but no, he's always wondering how everything's going. He's asking what he can do to help. Like, I know he talks to teams constantly too. They're trying to get to know, kind of learn about me, but not behind the scenes, kind of about like talk to the coaches, talk to the training staff, all that stuff. So I know a lot of guys there are always in contact with different scouts and stuff. So they're still working. They're working for me. So yeah. How
about your Newman coach? Has he reached
Newman?
out?
Yeah, a little bit. I've talked to him a little bit. They were at my pro day.
Okay.
Whenever that was, a couple of weeks back, he was there. He talked. Yeah, I actually work out at Newman right now, getting ready for the season. I'm working out at Newman right now. They give me a key to go work out there, like 10 o'clock. So not really kind of bothered to kind of just in there by myself, listening to music, just getting ready. So
do the kids know you?
Yeah, what?
Do the kids know you? I mean, that are there at
kids
Newman?
know me? Yeah. I think I've only seen someone in there maybe I think twice, and both times they're both pitchers. So yeah, they know I am.
I was gonna say, do they have you signing anything yet?
No, I didn't sign anything, just pitchers. But
okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, you could expect a lot of that, I'm sure.
Oh, I bet.
This is a big deal.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while since man. I think back in the Ed Thomas days with all the Appleton Parkersburg graduates, that were moving on, that's probably the last time we've heard a lot about anybody going pro from around here. So this is a big star on our map here now that we've got Trevor Penning here and stuff. But go ahead, Jay, if you got another one.
Do I?
Another question, yeah.
Well, I was just listening to what's going on, but yeah, I mean, so yeah, I don't have a question. I got to think of one.
Teresa, are you going to be? I don't know what you're going to do as a mom. Are you going to try to go to all the games or wherever he's playing, or are you going to be at home, or is it?
I'll try to go.
You see parents sometimes in the audience, obviously.
I'll try to go to as many as I can. I mean, I'll have Jared's games to go to too for UNA.
You're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yep.
Right. Jay and I'll come to Trevor's games. How about we'll just we'll put in the support. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah.
Especially if he gets to come to Minneapolis and play. If he gets on a team that plays against the Vikings.
There you go.
Perfect.
I can make that one probably though.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, this is
do we ask for sideline passes now, or do we have to wait?
Dude, maybe in a couple weeks,
Okay, all
couple
right.
months, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, speaking of that, did your agent tell you what happens like right after you get picked by a team? I mean, after the celebration and I suppose you got to do paperwork or whatever. But what happens like right after? Has he kind of told you?
I think literally that next day, it sounds like I fly in there. I fly into whatever team I go to that
Really?
morning. So I think I'm in there. I do like press conference, get all my gear and stuff. And then I think I got a little bit of time to come back here, kind of get ready for, I think, mini camp or something like that. Kind of grab my stuff, get ready to kind of move into a different place. So, yeah, I don't know completely yet. I got to figure that stuff out still. So,
Right.
yeah.
Whichever team picks you, are you going to try to be pretty adamant about your number? Or
My number?
Yeah, because that's a kind of a big thing in the NFL now.
Yeah.
You can be anybody, you could be
Yeah.
any number.
I'll probably try to stick with 70, honestly. If they don't have that, then I don't know.
It's not going to bother you if you don't have
Yeah,
your
it
number.
won't bother me at all. No.
Ellie's playing the NFL. What would he care?
That's right. All right, let's talk about a fun little man kind of thing here. How many ladies have coming up to you, Trevor?
Not as much as you'd think, probably.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got to make that first million first, right?
Yeah, probably.
That's awesome. Well, that's great. Well, Teresa, you raised a couple of great boys here, and we got one going to the NFL. This has all been. How about your friends, Teresa? Your friends and family. What have they been talking about? I mean, the excitement of this whole thing.
It's all new to everybody, so it's like it's a learning process, I guess. A lot of it you don't know until it happens.
Yeah. Well, I suppose they have to be trained on NFL ways. Trevor, have you heard? Is there a lot of rules and regulations? Obviously, with the NFL, everything's there's got to have rules and regulations. But anything jump out at you that I didn't know that?
Not really. That kind of surprised me. This is kind of like the same. It's almost kind of like college. It's kind of like the same stuff. I don't really know too much. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
No curfews.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I guess a team would probably put one on or something, but I don't think I'd have really a problem with that.
Yeah.
Hey, back to the combine for a second. Obviously, you saw a lot of guys you never get to see, right? Did you kind of? I mean, you're meeting linemen, maybe that you probably considering you and I, you probably didn't meet up with. You probably met a lot of guys you've never met before because you don't play those teams. Yeah. Did you obviously make some new friends? I guess.
Yeah, I met a lot of guys down in Texas. Like we had a lot of we had like 14 linemen down there. So
wow,
being down there, I met a whole bunch of different guys. So that was probably one of the kind of underrated things going into the thing. Like going in the Senior Bowl, it was kind of like my team. I had like 4 guys that I trained with on my team, and then the other team had like another like 3 or 4. So it was pretty cool. Like you kind of weren't like, I know some guys kind of were like, oh shoot, I'm kind of all alone down here. I don't really know anybody. It's kind of like intimidating a little, but I was just like, oh shit, like all my guys I train with are down here. We all kind of get along. We all hang out. So it was cool to have that. It was definitely a lot better experience because of that, I think. And you had someone. I mean, you had people you can ask questions to if you didn't really have. You're like, what are we doing here? What are we like? Different stuff like that. So then with the combine too, it was like that too, because there was even guys who didn't play in the Senior Bowl were at the combine. So we were all basically, I think all of us, but like 3 of the linemen. So there was 11 linemen that I trained with down there out of the 60 linemen. So that was a really, really cool experience, really, to have just some guys you got to know from all over the country. Because I know there's guys from California, guys from Michigan, guys from Ohio, just everywhere. And yeah, it was a pretty cool experience.
Have you heard any surprise phone calls from anybody that we all would know? Maybe a little a brush with fame, I guess. Maybe somebody well known that might have contacted you, like, "Hey, this is pretty cool,"
Um,
or
I
just
would
not
say
you.
I don't know about phone call, but I was in New England the other day and I met Bill Belichick. That was kind of cool. That was definitely
Really?
a pretty cool experience. You're like, wow, yeah, I've seen you on TV a little bit. I've seen you win a couple Super Bowls. So that was a pretty cool experience,
Did he
I would
look at
say.
you and say, "You're on to the draft"?
Pretty
We're
much.
on to the draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of conversation did you have with him?
Um, really, it was a good one. It was just kind of what their thoughts were on kind of how I was as a player, kind of what they expect out of their players, just stuff like that. Kind of, I mean, stuff you kind of expect. I mean, he was really, he's kind of the same guy you see on TV. He's the same kind of guy like you would imagine. So
So he doesn't
um,
smile.
what was that?
He doesn't smile.
Yeah, he did a little bit more than you'd think.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, what does he just come up and start talking to you, or did he like shake your hand and say "Welcome to the NFL"? Or
he kind of. So I met with them pretty much all day that day. Like I got in there at like
oh,
6 a.m. I was there till about like 4 or something, and basically just I was talking to their O-line coaches pretty much the whole time. They were teaching me the playbook, teaching me all this different stuff, and the end of the day, they're like, "Oh, you haven't met Belichick yet, have you?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." You're like, "Oh yeah, we'll get you to. He wants to come talk to you or whatever."
that's
I'm
a
like,
good
"Oh,
way to do it.
perfect."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh shoot." Then we met for like probably 10 minutes or something, just kind of talked over
Wow.
some football stuff, and that's kind of how it went. So it
Wow.
was a really cool experience for sure.
so through some of your workouts and everything, I mean, some players have a unique move to get to either do a blocking or a defensive move to get through past the O line. Did any of that been discussed about? You got to watch out for this guy because he likes to do whatever it is to get by the O line.
Yeah, just certain guys. They all got their own pass rush moves, or just different techniques they've been taught. So, yeah, it just depends on the guy, really. Just who you're going against. You gotta study them, make kind of just figure out their tendencies, what they do, put in a lot of hours into film, watching it, and really just kind of basically pretty much learn what they're going to do before they actually do it. It's kind of what I kind of learned when watching film. You want to watch the film and literally figure out like, oh, if he does this, he's doing that. So
Right.
there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Kind of like what they call isn't it on defense? They call about the 3 technique type
mm-hmm.
of player. And
Mm-hmm.
is there something like that for the offensive lineman? Sort of.
No, not, I mean, we identify like what, if there's a 3 tech, there's a 2 eye, if there's 5 tech, all that
Okay.
different stuff. I mean, that's just kind of like a defensive alignment. Offense is just kind of, left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. All you can't really move your line to line up against. So, yeah.
Teresa, I got to ask you, when you're watching him, do you know what's going on?
I'm learning.
You're learning.
I've learned a lot more since high school.
I was going to say, it's in high school, yeah. And it's a lot different in college than what high school
Actually,
was.
it was easier to learn watching college football than it was high school football.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is interesting. Trevor, what's the number one thing, if you could pick one thing that you learned, I guess, through your career so far, what has it been?
Probably just hard work and dedication go a long way. It's kind of what kind of learned. I mean, you can't really worry about all the recruiting rankings, where you end up. Kind of just learn that football is football wherever you go. Football's football. Like, it's all the same stuff. It doesn't really matter where you go. Like, if you're good enough, they're gonna find you, and that's just kind of what I've learned over the years, to kind of just put your head down, don't worry about all the outside noise, and just worry about yourself and worry about just getting better every day and stacking days together and getting better.
you didn't always start out being 6'7".
No, I was probably.
Weren't
I
you
think
like
high
6'3" in high
I think-
school? I want to say I thought I heard 6'3" in high school in Newman.
Nah, probably like my junior year. Yeah, I was probably like 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in there, and I was like 210, 220 in that range. And then
Just a skinny guy.
a very skinny guy. Yeah, I look at pictures now and I'm just like, oh my god, that's bad. That's rough. I look terrible. But yeah, it definitely did not was not born this way for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How about some fun, quick questions? Like, because we want to watch this, in years to come when you've already been in the NFL and you're making some money, and stuff. But all right. So you're hungry. What's your go-to meal? I'm sure it's some type of a meat type of thing.
He's not afraid to
It's gonna
eat.
be a
Look at him.
restaurant. Or it's gonna be actual food. I can say actual food. My actual food would be buffalo wings.
Really?
That would be my go-to.
Like this guy. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
And how about the car that you drive right now? And go ahead. Answer that first.
I'll say what it was before. It was a 2007 Chevy Silverado, and then
that was all through high school.
All through high school, yeah. It was beat up all through college too, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then I just got a new rental, 2022 Dodge Ram Laramie Edition.
Oh.
So
wow,
yeah,
very nice.
it's definitely an upgrade. So
I was going to ask
rental.
you when you make your first
least.
Oh,
at least, yeah.
Oh, okay.
when you make your first million, what are you going to buy?
I don't know. I don't know yet. Probably, honestly, just save it. Save it.
Yeah.
Not gonna. I don't need anything too crazy. I'm not really a guy who's gonna go out and spend a bunch of money. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Do they advise you to get like a financial advisor?
I got one.
You do? Okay.
You have one. All right. And is it somebody that they kind of appointed you, or can you go out and get your own?
I got my own. It's kind of like the agent stuff. I kind of had to figure out what guy kind of fits me the most, and just kind of went from there.
You should have called me. I could have helped you out.
Maybe, yeah. A little too late.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the way it is for me anyway.
We alluded to it a little earlier. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just said a day late and a dollar short. That's all I was.
We alluded to it a little earlier about horror movies and stuff. Your go-to movie.
Go-to movie?
Yeah. I mean, the favorite movie of all time here that you've seen, you watch.
Probably Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, he's gonna buy a moped.
Shoot, maybe. I don't know if I'd really make it very far on that.
Yeah, but that'd be funny to pull up in the camp for the first day with a moped.
Oh yeah, there was a couple guys that you and I they had a it was the two D tackles. They had a moped, and there was a video online somewhere. Those two riding that to practice or something. I'm like, oh my god, that's like 600 pounds on a moped. That's gonna destroy it. So there's a video somewhere. I gotta find it again. That was funny. That was funny stuff.
Yeah. How about the next one? Social media. What are you on?
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I guess. I don't know. I don't use it too much. I've gotten more into it, I guess. But yeah, Twitter and Instagram are probably the two I use the most.
And I think most of the NFL players, I mean, it's Twitter.
Yeah.
Just make sure you follow Jay and I, but we'll follow you, obviously.
We'll do.
Yeah.
Got to keep in touch, and stuff.
Yeah.
But how about a funny story from you, Teresa? Tell us something kind of funny about Trevor when he was a kid, growing up. Any unusual habits, just funny things that you remember?
He was a crazy go-kart driver. They'd flip it and crash with their sister in the seat with them and lock their sister up.
Yeah.
In a dog kennel.
Right. Yeah,
they were just naughty boys typical boys when they were little. So
sure. But you're always looking after that younger sister of yours, and she's a little thing. These guys are huge or whatever.
Yeah.
But what is your how about your sister? Let's talk Stephanie here. What has she told you? Has she said anything to you at all about way to go, big brother? Or,
No, not really. Kind of the same
Okay.
as Jared. Kind of just they don't talk about it much, but I know they're definitely really proud. So
yeah. Well,
I'm
We're-
kind of curious too. You know, being 325 pounds, 6'7". What was your birth weight in
9
length?
pounds.
9 pounds?
Yeah.
he
Oh,
knows.
My brother was 13 though. So
Holy
He got-
tamale!
yeah.
How about that, Teresa? I bet you probably nobody could tell you. But if anybody said you're going to be making a couple of football guys here, said, "Oh, we'll see."
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting stuff, and Trevor, we wish the best for you. I think NFL Draft Night. I mean, I would hope that everybody around here is going to be watching, and and waiting to see. I mean, I would be very surprised if you're not picked in the first round, but I realize it could be maybe the second or the third. I don't know how many they show on that Thursday night. Did they go up to the second or third round?
Just the first round.
Just
So
first.
Thursday's
Just
first round,
and that's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, and then Friday's second, third, and Saturday's 4 through 7.
Right.
Well, let's hope you go quick because I'm going to be drinking.
Yeah, I only hope.
That's
'Cause
right.
I gotta work the next day. It's like if I come into work the next day. Here's what's wrong, Jay? Well, it was a long night, I tell you. Trevor went 24th.
Do you actually get the call from the GM, or do you get the
Yep.
call from the coach, or what? The GM?
Just depends on the team. Either,
Okay.
at least that's what I think. I think it's either coach will, like head coach will, GM, maybe the owner. I have no idea really. I guess I'll find that out.
Right.
Yeah.
He's never done this before, Harry.
Oh, I don't. Well, yeah, of
What
course
are you
not. And and I think maybe it's good to let everybody know out there in social media world that you really don't know. You're in the fog right now, right? I mean, you really have no clue.
No idea.
On, I mean, you can say this, say that, but nobody's really talking yet because I think they all want to be. Well, they're Well, they're not negotiating. They're just thinking about what's our biggest needs right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I know they have a ton of meetings kind of learning about, they're not learning about, kind of figuring out like what do they need to do. Like they figured out, they've seen all the numbers, the combine numbers, they've watched all the film. Now they're kind of like analyzing what they need to do for their team and where can I trade back and get this player later? Can I move up for this guy if he's not going to be there? Just a bunch of different stuff. So they're just kind of analyzing all their stuff and just doing all that now. So
I guess one should mention too that if you do get taken in the first round, don't you think that you would start if you're in the first round?
that's the goal. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta. I mean, once you get in that building, though, pretty much everyone's the same. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I've heard, anyways. I mean, you can't just go in there expecting you're gonna play right away. Same with college. You gotta go in and earn it, and you gotta earn that spot. So
You ever get nervous before a game?
yeah, definitely a little nervous, but that's just. I mean, you got to be a little nervous going into a game. I mean, if you care about something that much, I mean, you're going to be a little nervous, and but it definitely helps you for sure. Being nervous, it's kind of weird to say, but I don't know, a little nervousness isn't too bad.
How about you, Teresa? Are you more nervous or excited?
For the draft?
For this whole thing about, and how the fact that you're going to maybe nervous that you got to take a couple of DJs that are Viking fans with you, no matter what.
I don't know if I'm nervous. I mean, yeah, nervous. Like everybody says, "Oh, first round," and it's like, but excited. It's like you just, I want him to be happy where he goes, and
Yep. That's pretty exciting. Well, you definitely deserve wherever you're going to be going here. It's hard to believe that we're just at this time that we're actually recording this, as we're only a couple of weeks away, and it's like we said in the beginning, Trevor, we wanted to make sure we had the chance to talk to you
Yeah.
before the craziness, because I know after this, okay, you got to go through his agent to talk to Trevor, so you know,
Yeah.
we'll
We're
reach
not
out
gonna-
to you on Twitter and all that stuff. So.
We're not going to be able to call Teresa and go, hey, can you get us in
Yeah.
contact with Trevor? I can't even get a hold of him.
I can't even get hold of him. Yeah, I know. I'm sure that, have you talked to other mothers at all, Teresa, about,
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
And what did they,
Even before picking out an agent, I would talk to other parents who have certain, different agents and stuff.
Sure.
And I stay in contact with some of them.
Yeah.
And but it's not. I don't think it's a horror story. I think moms can get a hold of their kids yet.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
That's right. You got to come home and eat, Trevor.
Nope.
Right.
That's right.
Just remember that the steaks aren't as good anywhere else except Iowa.
The what?
I don't know. I've had some pretty good steaks in Texas.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well,
Come
I
on,
suppose.
I don't know though. There's some good steak places here though.
Yeah.
It's all about cattle down there and steaks. Come on. Big
Yep.
steaks down there. Trevor, is there anything you want to say to everyone that's watching this, whether in the future or whatever, that you would like to say? I guess here's your chance to really call out everybody, and we're anxious to watch you play.
Nothing crazy. I mean, I would just say, kind of, I guess if you're an athlete or play college sports or play high school sports, really just kind of follow your dream. Really be willing to put in the time and dedicate yourself to it, and good things will happen. So
Stay away from the girls.
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Got to stay focused, Trevor. Got to stay focused.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trevor Penning, he's going to be in the NFL draft here on April. What is that? What is 2 weeks from tomorrow? That would be
28th. 28th. It's the first night.
And it's in Vegas, but you'll be at your own family and friends gathering and waiting for that phone call. We wish you the best, Trevor. It's
Absolutely.
just really, I've been excited about this interview, and I know Jay has too. We've been talking about you, and it's like, this is cool, but wanted to have you both here though, to kind of the whole family aspect, because this is what North Iowa is all about. It's not we're not in a huge metro area, but no, we do wish the best for you, and I think you're going to be you're going to do North Iowa very proud. So
Perfect.
And there'll be a bunch of jerseys of Trevor Penning being bought.
Hopefully.
Think about, how we get into charities around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be signing quite a bit of those 70 jerseys. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you get to keep your 70 jersey from UNI or?
Yep.
Okay. All right. What number were you at Newman?
58.
58. Okay.
Yep.
Now you moved up, getting older.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I am a little disappointed though that I would think that Trevor, being from the Midwest and a country boy type thing, but he looks corn fed, right? You'd think he'd be a country fan.
Yeah.
No, not really. I know.
I know you're into that rap and heavy metal.
I know. But
What
hey,
happened?
yeah, well, real quick, what do you listen to? What's in your, this is an old question. What's in your iPod? Well, what's in your phone? What are you listening to on the, first of all, hip hop side?
probably
Artist.
I listen to a lot of Eminem, Kanye West.
Okay.
I don't know, just kind of the usual stuff. Those probably the go-to.
And how about on the rock end?
What was that?
How about on the rock end?
The rock side, really just like metal. A lot of metal, probably. Disturbed, Motley Crue.
Oh, good.
I can live with that.
Some guys like that.
Yeah, Motley Crue's good.
Yeah, just a bunch of different guys, really. No one really specific.
Do you know any country people?
Shoot, not really. No.
Sorry, Jay.
Well,
Sorry, I don't
Stick
know
to your
much country.
Vikings. We have that in common with them.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome. All right. Well, it would have been nice to get to you to a game. You know, I've known Teresa for many, many years, and so has Jay or whatever, and you feel like extended family here, and but now you're going to be playing at a game. You won't be going to go see one probably. So hey, stay healthy and stay positive and stay you, man. I mean, this is great. We're very proud of you, and we wish you the best of luck.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys soon. Okay.